سيدنا
It's when
محمد
you're right, then that's wrong. Do you understand? When you have the option, that's when you're very rich. You can say, I don't have to do with this now. I don't have to deal with this problem now. I can take this test 10 years from now. I don't have to deal with this person. I can walk away. But you're being a child. Your level is still very low. When you deal with those issues, when you don't run away from it, when you say, I have no choice but to do the right thing. In the old days, they call this honor. Right? It's not right and wrong even. It's not people telling you what to do. It's not somebody says, Quran is saying this, Prophet is saying this, and you say it is a sense of honor. Your own conscience, your own spirit, I have to do the right thing. So how we deal with our tests, it is revealing our station. In life, any station you want to rise, in school, in work, you must go through tests. You must go through examinations. You must go through difficulties. Can anyone say otherwise? No. I mean, by and large, if you belong to the elite, nothing comes to you anyway. But, alhamdulillah, we are not. Because to belong to the elite of this world is, you're going to sit at the table with the Fir'auns and Nimruds from that time until now. We want to sit at the tables of the prophets and the saints. And they're telling us how not to behave like them. And this is very clear. So you have to go through certain examinations, certain tests. Move away from, oh, is this test a test or is it a punishment? What did I do to deserve this? Bruh, we didn't do anything to deserve this life. What did we do to deserve this breath? What did we do? I was a good person. As our Shaykh says, to become a good person gives you the right to be a human because you're a human. You think being a good person, then someone must declare you to become the highest one, the most praised one? No. To be a good person is to be a human. So when tests come to you, move away from saying, oh, what did I do? I didn't deserve this. Or worse, oh, this is black magic that's happening to me. Say, my Lord is watching me, how I handle this. My Lord is watching me. Am I going to handle this like I am 7 years old, or 17 years old, or 27 years old? Or I'm going to deal with this as I see our Shaykh is teaching us how to, according to the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet is teaching how to handle this life and this afterlife as the beloved ones of Allah. As beloved ones, as believers. Many, many different kinds of believers according to your level, of course. There is no pressure to make us to become like prophets. No. But the Prophet said, advising us, do not forget the mercy of Allah. Don't forget the mercy. You mess up, first run to His mercy. You do some, run to His mercy. Don't give up on that. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in Hadith Qudsi, oh my servants, even if you sin, and your sin is as numerous as the trash on the ocean, everything that floats on is numerous, and you turn to me and ask me for forgiveness, I will forgive you. I declare, Allah is saying, I swear that my mercy overtakes my anger. So what right, number one, we have to be angry people. When Allah is saying mercy is more important than anger. What right do we have to be angry at the test that is coming to our lives? So now test is coming to us. How we are going to look at it? Like it is a curse? We are believers, yani. Khair and shar is coming from Allah. Yes or no? Why are we behaving like we are unbelievers? You say anything that we think is bad, oh, it must be a curse, this is wrong. Everything that is good, oh, this is really good. What we think is good. Not every sugar is good for you. Not everything that is bitter is bad for you. In these days, the opposite is true. Too much sugar will kill you. You must eat more bitter things to make yourself to be healthy. How you know only hardship is a test for you? How can you be so certain that happiness is not a test for you? Peace is not a test for you. Absence of war doesn't mean peace. You understand? Absence of war does not mean peace. Absence of struggle doesn't mean peace. Peace is when you're with harmony. You're in harmony. So many people, they don't have struggles in their lives, but they're in complete disharmony. Completely egoistic, selfish lifestyle. They don't suffer, there's no test, nothing, but completely egoistic, completely selfish. We are like that at different times in our lives. We have to understand. So when the hardship comes, why we don't see, my Lord is testing me to see how I behave in this situation, where my heart is. Do I run to His mercy? Do I run to His help? Do I hold on? Do I have more patience? Do I sit and I think, trying to understand everything before taking steps, or I'm moving with my ego? Someone says one word, I have to say 10 words. Someone says 10 words, I have to say 100 words. Why you do it? It is honor. No. That is egoistic honor. The Prophet ﷺ is the possessor of honor. All honor Allah has given to him. All honor and all praise given to him. And what he gives and what he distributes, the entire creation gets. And Allah does not create anything without divine honor. So we must look to that divine honor, not shaitanic honor. Shaitan may say, no, I'm not going to ask for forgiveness. Like so many people, no, I'm not going to ask. What did I do? This is my honor. This is my izzat. That is shaitanic izzat. That is not the honor that the possessor of honor is teaching us. Do you understand, Bilal? There are struggles now. They're watching you. How you handle it? People struggling, most times, they say a lot. But when they don't struggle, we don't hear one peep from them. To be fair, when you're struggling, you may say, oh. And then when you're happy, you may say, ah. To be fair. Yes? You don't hear that. They don't teach you how to be happy in this country too. Because happiness comes from gratitude. Gratitude comes from understanding, once I have, now I don't have. Once I don't have, now I have. Now I have, other people don't have. Gratitude is having perspective, comparing yourself. Not looking only to yourself, but looking around and around and around. You understand? Having neighbors, having friends, having jamaat. They don't teach that in this liberal society. Don't look around, don't compare. You are the center of all things. No, you're not. We are not. It is Dargah to teach us that. Some come back to community. Come back to looking at your mirror. A believer is a mirror for another believer. You don't have another believer around you. You don't have a mirror. You cannot assess yourself. Impossible. But here you have to look, everyone is a mirror. And I know it's not that easy when you're reminded all the time, you like this, you like this, you like this. But we did not enter into this highest way for things to be easy. We are here because Allah has given us something to be able to fight, to be able to struggle against to ourselves and to be able to get better. You don't want to get better, you can leave. But you are here, you may as well get better. Because everyone is going to get better. Easy way or hard way. The grave, the punishment of the grave is to make you to become better. Is to clean you. Because we all meant to go to paradise. But we cannot enter into paradise if we're still dirty. Do you understand? If you don't clean yourself before the grave, they will clean you in the grave. If that's not enough, they will clean you with the fire. Because there's some dirts, even in this world, you cannot have warm water and soap and nice satsi bath anymore. You have to put fire. You have to burn for all of that to be removed. Yes? Easy way or hard way? This is the choice that is given to us. But we cannot escape. Not man, woman, from that time until now. And Allah has created each and every one of us with care, with subtlety, with love, with mercy. Each and every one of us, from the time of Adam alayhi salam and up till Judgment Day, every single man, woman and child, leave aside everything else in creation. We're talking about mankind now. That we don't remember, we don't care. There are people who treat other people like animals from that time until now, with such cruelty. And Allah is watching and how patient He is. But He created every one of us with care. And He says, now, when you have cleaned yourself, now, when you have polished yourself, now you're going to start reflecting from my Prophet. Now you're going to start reflecting from me. That time when you start reflecting these divine qualities, you will be able to bring that mercy to others. Because Allah has created us to do exactly that. To reflect Him, to represent Him. That is the reason of our creation, to represent Him, to be Khalifatullah. Yes, it starts with everyday problems that we have and issues. Move away from duality, move away from right and wrong. You understand? He is watching. How are you going to handle this? Properly, with honor? Or are we going to do it with stubbornness and ego? We're going to do it with wisdom, with patience? Or are we going to do it like we did it when we are a teenager? Always to be angry, always to... The advice that Shaykh Hedabali gave to his murid, to who? Sultan Osman Ghazi. He's saying, my son, now you are a leader. Saying, to make mistakes, it is their right. People who follow you, they will make mistakes. But your right is to forgive them. Do you understand? They can mess up, they can act up. You don't. You must guide, you must help, you must forgive, you must have wisdom, you must have patience, you must have control. What, you want to be like them? These are our role models. And these are the saints who trained our sultans. Our sultans were trained by saints, the highest level saints. Their kings and emperors are trained by Machiavelli. You understand? Ours are raised by saints that they fear. So, how do we want to be ruled? By our nafs, by our ego? Or we want Allah to rule us, the Prophet ﷺ to rule us? So look at your situation. Have more patience. So many of the things that you're going through, in reality, you've been through it 100 times at least. Why are you still stuck? You're not tired yet? Same thing. So try something different and wait. Be patient and wait. After every difficulty, there is ease. Allah is swearing it. How merciful is our Lord. Then remember. Be grateful. Remember. His words first to myself and to others who are listening, as you like. We're entering, inshallah, to the days of Hajj. Put yourself into that understanding, that feeling. Days of Hajj. Say, if I'm making the Hajj this year, if I'm going, what is it that I have to prepare for now? Preparation is not buying a plane ticket. Preparation is inside. You have to make yourself to go in front of the Kaaba as a servant, not as a foolish donkey. The donkey that circles around the Kaaba 7 times does not become a Haji. So get rid of those donkey characteristics before you get to the Kaaba. Understand that first. We are not going there physically. Make intention. Allah rewards you according to your intention. Say, then what are the things that I have to get rid of if I'm going to the Hajj? You must be aware. My impatience, my laziness. Count. This is why you have to be aware. This is why you have to have a mirror. But you're using mirror the wrong way. I never see someone in life, except maybe in movie. They look at a mirror, they don't like what they're seeing, and they break the mirror. Have you ever seen? Why? Have you ever seen that? No. I don't like it. You think. But we are living in a community. You have a guide, and they're showing you your reflection sometimes, and you don't like it. And you say, no, this mirror is a bad mirror. So try to prepare ourselves, inshallah, to get rid of all our wrong characteristics, to prepare to come to the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the Hajj is a rehearsal of Judgment Day. Don't wait for once a year to do it. You have your zikr. Approach the zikr like that. How many of you approach the zikr like that? It's not what you do, but it's your intention of doing it. You pray 5 times a day. Allah doesn't need our prayers. He is free from all want. Then, but we are always in need. But if we are approaching our prayer, approaching our zikr like a donkey, you understand? What benefit we're going to get? Certain things that we are doing, Friday or this or that, is to, the ritual is supposed to wake you up. You know that? Because the ritual is not real life. Real life is eating, drinking, but ritual, suddenly when it becomes ritualized, is something that is not natural, right? Yes or no? You know, you drink like this, but ritual drinking, maybe you drink like this. You know? Right? You're sitting like this, but you sit properly. In a ritual, you sit like this. So the ritual is supposed to take us out from this world into another world. But if we don't make that intention, that this is taking us into another world, then it becomes an action with no meaning. It becomes meaningless. And then whatever egoistic understanding you put there, it becomes like that. So you can go up and down praying, but you don't put meaning into it. You understand? It's just you thinking something nonsense, but you're going through the motions. If you are taking the zikr seriously, as we talked about the Hajj, you're going to approach the zikr, you're going to take a shower, you're going to clean yourself as if you're going on the Hajj. The Jummah is like that. The things that you're supposed to do for the Jummah, taking a shower, to know, not just to clean yourself nicely, but to say, what if this is how it's going to be for me to be buried? I have to be washed. Good thing, I'm not bothering anyone, I'm washing myself. So that if the angel of death comes, I am ready, clean. You're putting on the surma, for example. You're putting it on so that your vision, you understand, will prepare you. And that vision is prepared not for this world. We use his eyes only for this world, yes? But now, the real eyes will open to see what is real, not this. So you put meaning into it. It will change. If you don't put meaning into it, the most holy thing becomes meaningless. If you put wrong meaning into it, it's even worse. Labaik Allah is to say, I've left everything and I'm here for you. Labaik Allahumma labaik, meaning that here I am, I left everything, here I am for you. You are everything, I'm nothing, I've left everything. Not to say, Labaik Allah, here I am, and wait a second. This is my list of demands. I want this, 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 I want this. Then you didn't come. You came with all your baggage. You didn't come to me. You want me to look at everything, but you don't want me to look at you. You may come with your sin. You may come with your dirtiness. Do you think it is difficult for the Lord of mercy to forgive? And if you do come with your helplessness, you think He's going to turn you away? But people don't come with a helplessness. They came with demands. If you come in with a helplessness, then you know, Ya Rabbi, I don't even deserve to be here, but you brought me here, thank you. It comes with shukr. And that shukr, that thankfulness will give you peace enough. You understand? It gives you peace. Whatever problems that you have, you say, thank you. And that peace comes with strength. For you to do what? To struggle better. This is a world of struggling. Step by step, inshallah. As we prepare for these days. Okay? May Allah forgive me and bless you. Al-Fatiha.